Music Masterclass, defining the next era of African sound. From Lagos to the world stage, Nigerian singer and songwriter Yemi Alade has built a more than a music career. With chart-topping hits, multilingual releases and performances spanning continents, she represents a generation of African artists redefining expert power in the streaming era. She's in conversation with Chanel Retief, head of digital media and experiences, Forbes, Africa.
Hello, everybody. Good evening to you beautiful women and men who are out here today, especially to my ladies. If you're with me, say yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I loved it.
Sister, what were you saying?
Looking at your career, and all the amazing accomplishments you have, let me put it to this one. What stands out most for you?
That's a very intricate question. What stands out most for me in my entire career? Personally, it's my ability to continue to surprise myself. Because when you keep doing something for a while, you start to feel redundant, maybe like nothing is new anymore. But there's something always new to discover. I feel like my discoveries along the way as I travel around the world, I meet new people, how I keep getting inspired, because inspiration is something that can die off anytime. Inspiration can just stop, and I think that's the most surprising thing for me, that I keep getting inspired.
I think within music, especially when we look at African music and it travels to the global stage, authenticity becomes the big question.
Yep.
And with your music and your career, you've been extremely authentic and in representing Nigeria and being very bold about that while taking international stages. Why have you been so intentional about that?
Well, some of you out here know me as Mama Africa. And that is the title of one of my albums, I think my 4th album. And the reason why I chose that name was because I found that I was traveling around the world, and there was one thing that was the most important thing to people when they see me. It's the culture. That I dress to remind my people of who we are. I sing to remind my people of our roots. I dance to remind my people of our rhythm. And for me, it's natural and it's very important, especially in this new day and age where there's a lot of crossovers, which is great, but for some reason, I feel like our culture has been watered down a lot. And personally, I feel like it's very important to continue to fly the flag of the African resilience so that the generation after us can have something to remember, something that reminds them of who they are in an unadulterated form.
I remember a few years ago when you got your first Grammy nomination, you were so shell-shocked.
Yep.
You were so shell-shocked. And now you're sitting on Grammy nominee 3, right? How, every single time you hear these international awards, is there a moment in your head where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this?
100%. I feel like for every musician, winning a Grammy or being nominated is like a big deal for us, especially because it brings to you the attention that you believe you deserve that is worldwide. I don't know why I'm really sweating like this. I am so hot, guys. If you see me, I'm shining all over my forehead. I don't know what's happening. I think the seat is hot.
Sorry.
Sis, what did you do to this chair?
I don't know, they call me an award-winning journalist. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, but yes, winning my first nomination was actually Latin nomination, Latin Grammy nomination, and then I had another nomination with Angelique Kidjo, and eventually I had a solo nomination for my song Tomorrow. And when that happened, it was like, okay, this is now the cherry on the icing after being on an album twice with Beyonce. I'm like, okay. I didn't have to become someone else to get this accreditation, to get this love and attention. And I think that's very important. I feel like I'm very in tune with God. I love my God, and I believe that God loves me. And I like to tell people that it's important to be you because there's no replica of you. You might have a sister that looks kind of like you, but she can never be you. And if you stand in your authenticity, everything you desire will come to you. I feel like I am a representation of that kind of example. If you continue to show up, continue to believe, it will happen. And I believe that that's what has happened for me, for the Grammys. And hopefully very soon I will bag one or a few more.
You
Yes.
know what is, I've always found, yeah.
Make it louder, come on!
You know what I've always found, interesting about your music, and a lot to do with Afrobeats. It's centered a lot on spirituality. It's very intentional.
Yes.
And looking at, even the trajectory and the evolution of your sound, spirituality has played a key role in the way you've, landscaped all your music. Is this something that you will continue to do as you progress in your career?
100%. You are correct. I am very spiritually in tune with myself. I'm not the holiest of people, hello, of course. But I believe in love. Love is treating the people around you the way you want to be treated. And that's like the biggest religion for me. Even the song that got nominated for the Grammy tomorrow, it goes this way. Sorry, I'm going to tease you a little. Nobody knows tomorrow. Stay with me tonight. Popote wendapo, I go there, remember. You go always there, my mind. Sis, you want me to sing the whole song?
You stand between us and the after party, so I think you just got them vibing.
Okay.
For real. When you think about representation on the continent and the way we are moving within music, how are you feeling at the moment?
I feel like Africa's time is now, and it's always been now. However, I feel like the people who are holding the passing the baton need to remember that in all their modifications of our culture and of our music, we need to retain the authenticity. And that is what I think I'm a bit worried about. But so far, let's not forget that in as much as I am one of the people that create music, every one of you out here that listens to music, you're also a huge pillar of the music industry. Please show love to authentic musicians, people who do not let go of, who are culturally sound. Show them love, equal love as well. And I think that what we will be doing in that regard would be that we are preserving our history, because it's very easy for history to be rewritten, very easy for history to be forgotten. And music is one of those tools that we use to preserve our culture. So,
well, we certainly will ensure that we continue to show love to artists. I mean, that's a big reason why, as Renuka Mathal said in the beginning of the day, is that music is going to form a big part of our celebration, and in celebrating women and all their accomplishments. I think my final question to you, when you reflect on your journey and reflect on all of your success, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I see you laughing. Why are you laughing at me? You're laughing at my little beads of sweat. Why is she still hot?
It's like, oh, it's really hot up here.
Okay, so my advice to the younger ones coming up is, honestly, can I be truthful, guys?
Yes, of course.
I honestly stopped advising a while back. Especially because sometimes when you advise a person, it starts to seem that you are actually trying to say that they must toe the exact lines that you have toed. And sometimes people take the advice with, some kind of resentment. Like you're trying to be a downer. When you tell someone, oh, you will suffer a little and then it'll get better. And like, oh, you're saying I will suffer. Me, I will suffer. So I stopped advising a long time ago. And what I just tell people is, life will teach you, your experiences will school you, do you, and never forget to be the original version of yourself.
And you have certainly done you. We can give that a beautiful round of applause. You've certainly done you, Yemi. All your accomplishments, everything that you've succeeded thus far. And I know it's like, this is just the beginning for you. I know that's how you think.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for the conversation, Yemi.
Thank you
So
for your hot seat as well. Thank you, guys.